So let's talk about writing equations for a quadratic function. They're a little different than writing equations for a linear function. So a parabola passes through the points 0, -5, 2, 5, and -1, 8. Write an equation for a quadratic function. Now, even though they didn't use the word quadratic in the first sentence, they also used the word parabola, which right away gave me a lot of really great ideas. There is an algebraic way in which to work this out, but please understand that I'm going to teach this one with a calculator in this video. So this is how to use the calculator as a resource. So I'm going to start by just taking out those ordered pairs that I saw. And again, make sure that you are keeping them with the X and Y's that went together opposite of each other here. And I'm going to write them in kind of a list. And this is basically, this is going to go into list 1 and this is going to go into list 2 in the calculator. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to do is we actually want to put it in the calculator. Now I'm writing it down on paper this way just because I want to make sure that I am plugging in correctly. So I said stat, edit, and I went into my list. I noticed I have some things in there, so I'm just going to go up, highlight the name, and clear, enter. Again, I'm going to go up, highlight the name, clear, and enter. Don't hit the DEL button because that will actually delete your list and it will create more work for you later on. Okay. I'm going to type in my numbers as we see them there. Okay. Again, these are the same numbers that I wrote over here in kind of a list format, and then I've got them here. I need at least 3 of them when I'm doing quadratics. Understand that you can use only 2 points if you are looking for linear, but as you're doing quadratic, you need even more points. So we need at least 3 for quadratic. And again, this can be done by hand, but I'm going to show the calculator this way. So once you've got that in there, I'm just going to hit the stat button, arrow over to calculate, and I'm going to go find a quadratic function, which would be quadratic regression, which is number 5. Again, this is why we don't want to delete the list because it automatically populates with list 1 and list 2. Store reg, I'm just going to hit alpha trace number 1. What that's going to do is put the equation in the y equals under y1 for me. And then I'm going to click calculate. It should come back really nicely with ax squared plus bx plus c, and this is what my function actually equals. This is actually the answer, okay? So when you are looking for your answer, it says write an equation. My answer is going to be that equation. Now, if you write a, b, and c, that is not going to be correct. Remember, an equation is going to have an equal sign in it, so it's going to be y equals, my a value is 6, and then that 6 should be attached to the x squared. My b value is a -7, and the c value is a -5. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my answer right there. And if you'll notice, if I hit the y equals button, it actually plugs it in. Now, it does give kind of a very odd rounded version of it because it is kind of doing approximations. But if you'll notice that these are pretty close, and you'll notice that it pretty much just rounds to 6. So if you want to just delete all the extra stuff out, okay, it does work that way. Like I said, it is kind of one of those that it's a little on the closer side to a regression because we're looking at possible functions that to meet it. And if you hit graph, you'll see that it is this nice, really pretty quadratic function. Do understand that if you are looking for those x-intercepts, they're going to involve some more work, which is a little bit different. Okay, but this is how you're able to solve this by using the calculator. And there's your answer, y equals 6x squared minus 7x minus 5.